Hello, I am Dr. Rakefet. One of the most common behaviors in children of all ages, as well as children with autism, is a tantrum. There is hardly a parent who has not been confronted with this situation. Before you as a parent focus on solutions, it's very important to know and understand why a child has a tantrum. It's important to be attentive and pay attention to whether the behavior happens because of emotional crisis, for example, a new sibling born, divorce or relationship crisis, or death or illness in the family. In these cases, there is a need for an emotional reference. This does not go to say that a tantrum behavior should have concessions following this behavior. It means there should be greater efforts for emotional support. Situations where a tantrum can appear are many and diversified. The most common are trying to get attention, expressing frustration, and communicating when there is no ability to communicate with words or through other means. At first, I would like to suggest few options to prevent tantrum, assuming it's not emotionally based, but a behavioral basis. When we talk about preventing, we are talking about a number of steps you can take during everyday life. First, you can define expectation for a particular task. Let's take, for example, going into the shower. I can show the child pictures of the steps, including exiting the shower and dressing, while saying every step loudly. If your child does not need the pictures, talk directly. Roy, shortly you are going to take a shower. We'll wash your hair, and after the shower, you'll dress yourself. I trust you, and I know you're capable of doing this on your own. Pay attention to the last line. It's very important to say it, even if it seems to you that your child doesn't understand. Always believe in him and his ability to understand you. Make sure that you set the expectations in a positive and strengthening manner. Don't focus on the negative behavior, but in creating a good experience. Second of all, reinforcing a proper and pleasant behavior. Usually, we are upset about our children when they act in an inappropriate way, but we ignore and take for granted when their behavior is pleasant. You should notice and reinforce the behaviors which are apparent and obvious. For example, I love the way you are sitting. Well done for bringing your shoes. Use enhancing words that your child likes. Thirdly, you can teach your child an alternative behavior. For example, if the tantrum is a way to communicate, then you should teach an alternative way of communication. It can be by talking, writing, or using a communication board. If the tantrum is a way to get attention, you will teach him how to get his attention in a proper and positive way. It's important to allow children to be upset and cross, even if they are wrong. This way, we let them release their anger. We as adults are angry many times too. It's okay if they're yelling, but not if they're in a tantrum. If you are unable to prevent the tantrum, there are ways to deal with it. See the link that appears at the bottom of the screen.